blast the blast right now. So
I'll throw one up too.
Yeah.
I don't have any chew in.
All right, Snapchat.
yeah, I got Periscope rolling here.
All right, we're live with John B, Tackle Junkie, Gene. Stop hiding, Gene. Andrew
Hey,
Flair.
guys.
We're on Andrew Flair's channel, Fishing with Flair.
Hey guys, we are
We're all periscoping right now. They're like, we don't know where
we're all periscoping. Yeah, guys, we are. Sorry. We are live right now, and go on to Andrew Flair Outdoors YouTube channel and check it out. Oh, there went John's roommate with a towel around it.
Like it doesn't matter. It's just like whatever.
There we go. We're getting rolling.
We're all periscoping right
Be
now.
there. It's on Andrew Flair's YouTube channel. Later.
Yeah, guys, we are.
Only Flair gets in the comments, right?
We are live right now. No, I think we all can.
I can't see him.
Go on to Andrew Flair Outdoors.
Does anybody even do anything?
Channel and check it out. Oh, there went John's roommate with a towel around it.
Okay.
I'm lagging way behind here.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we're good.
It's because we're all using our.
Oh, I have to get
internet
my.
right now.
Hold on, let me
Alright,
get my
let's get
page
any
up here.
comments.
You were probably wondering why they not even.
We got 40 people on Periscope. Guys, don't be on Periscope. Be on YouTube. Andrew Flair Outdoors. Come on,
Yeah.
come watch us. Too many people on Periscope, right? 60 people. Bros.
Why aren't I seeing any comments?
Get on YouTube. It won't work.
I'm trying to find
It's
it.
working
Okay.
enough.
Sometimes it takes
Let's
a
go
little
check.
while to.
Okay, let's check it out, guys. We're gonna see if you're lying or if you're right.
Oh, there you
Let's see if
go.
it's actually working.
We kind of bombed our internets, is what we did. So hang tight.
I need to
I'm
go
gonna check it out.
Pop up right here.
We already got one dislike. This is outrageous.
Because I'm hosting.
Well, here we go. Look at that. This is
I'm
what you
hosting.
guys need to go to. Right
No.
here. Live chat. Andrew Flair Outdoors. Right there. Can you come to Maryland? I'm in Maryland.
Oh, what is that noise?
Yeah, what was that?
Brutal.
Alright, everyone go now. I'm signing off. All you guys go to
Ooh,
Andrew Flair's
hold
YouTube
on, get
channel.
something.
Right there.
It's my-
Andrew Flair Outdoors. Oh, it's me? Alright, hold on.
Like bad static.
Oh, we lagging
Bad
bad now.
connection.
Is it still bad?
No, it's good now.
Is
Hey,
comments
Tackle Junkie. Jim, put your headset on.
I still not seeing any comments or nothing though.
Put your headset on.
Nice. All right, we are good.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. There it is.
Dude, I heard that too, man.
There's a ton of comments. Oh yeah, we're flowing.
Okay, now everybody, wait a second. Everybody, Jim and Mike, everybody, go over to Andrew's YouTube and mute that.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
did it.
Understood.
That's
Yeah, we
good.
got a. Whoa, we got 23 dislikes. Is that legitimate?
No.
Yeah, it's legit.
No, it's not.
Flair, man, they're hating on your
Because it's on your
man.
channal. Whose idea was it to put it on Flair's channel?
Mine.
Oh my goodness, there's no way that's legit.
it's,
You guys,
it's more dislikes than I get in a whole like half a year, dude.
you guys actually hate me.
How do I even go mute this that you're even talking about?
This is terrible. You guys hate me.
What is going on? You're like moving around. You're all antsy, dude.
Dude, we're gonna get more dislikes than likes, and I think that might be the
Okay,
first
let's
time
get
that's
this thing
ever
rolling.
No, we're good. I'm good to go.
All right, guys.
Should I be seeing comments? 'Cause I see nothing.
I don't know.
We'll
The
just read the
comments
comments.
are
It's no
on
big
his
deal.
YouTube channel. So all you can see, Jim, is the screen, right?
All right, that's all I see is you guys. I see Andrew right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't worry about all that. The comments are over on. If you have to open up Andrew's YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and they're on that, but you have to mute it too.
You
But,
just you overlap the Hangouts in front
Yeah.
of the so it doesn't like mess you up. That's what I do.
So I need to open up another window and go to it. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to his thing and then take the screen that you're already on and just put it in front of the YouTube, what you see on Flair's YouTube,
Yeah.
because it'll like trip you out or whatever. It'll
Yeah,
make
the comments will be down.
Listen, I just refreshed. 34 dislikes. New record, man.
No,
New
it
record.
doesn't.
I don't care about dislikes. They don't make
Never
any
hosted
difference to
again.
me.
We'll do it by
Okay,
channel
guys.
next time.
Dude, we
I'm
need to
gonna-
get this on a roll. People are mad because we haven't really even gotten started. I feel like we're still.
Alright, we need to start.
Yeah, we gotta get it rolling. Okay, guys. Welcome to, I guess, Andrew dubbed us as the Kings. So,
You're
we're
the
the Kings of YouTube.
Is that a gang sign, Gene?
Flair's a queen, actually.
That was
Flair's the queen.
I'm the queen of dislikes, that's for sure.
so we have Andrew Flair. Say hi, Andrew.
What's up, guys?
We have John B.
How's it going?
Michael, or also known as One Rod, One Reel.
Hey, bros.
And our special guest, who we forgot to announce today, is Mr. Jim B. DeLuca, known as Tackle Junkie 81.
What's going on, guys?
We kind of left him in the dark, so he's our surprise guest for you guys. That's what I was talking about on the phone, Jim.
I got you.
But anyway,
Cool, man.
so we'd like to welcome everybody here. We're hosting it this time on Andrew's channel. We're going to kind of do a round robin. Next time it's going to be somebody else's, and we're just going to take turns, and we're just going to have a blast tonight. Everybody, those of us talking, let's watch our language, and Michael, and then and we'll just have fun. So you guys go ahead and start asking us questions, and we will try to keep up and try to read them. So it's kind of hard, but we'll try. Somebody said, love the reviews, Tackle Junkie.
Someone said Tackle Junkie looking like he's about to take orders from the McDonald's drive-thru.
Hey, that was a good one. I'm great to that, man.
Oh, God.
Jim, someone said you have a nice forehead, man.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's. I tell you though, the only problem with McDonald's is they only sell Powerade. They don't sell.
Oh, that's it, man. Screw it.
Killing it.
Oh man! Hey, I want you guys to notice that Andrew Flair is wearing John B's logoed shirt. Say something.
What's
Andrew.
up, people? You go buy some. It's sick.
Yeah, they are comfy actually, right?
They actually are. I wore it to school today. It's legit.
It would be too warm here, so.
We'll give you some cold weather. We got plenty of it.
So best wintertime bait. For me, it's a Super Fluke Junior on a little lead head. I love to fish that with maybe an underspin, but maybe not. So. Anybody else? I'm not the only one talking.
Winter
Time, I'd say a shaky head for me.
or probably a shake. Did you say shaky head?
Yeah, shaky head.
That's
for
what
me.
I say. Shaky head too.
I like hard baits. I'm going to go with a suspending jerk bait. Just 10 to 15-second pauses. That's what I like going with.
Dude, I can't catch them until the water on jerk bait in the cold weather until the temperature starts to rise. How do you do it when it's cold? When it's
Oh, it's easy.
What I do is I'll have long 10 to 15-second pauses. I don't jerk it. I'll just do slow pulls around drop-offs and stuff, and I'll get hit on that. It'll be you won't even feel it. It'll just be extra weight, and you just do a slow side sweep, fish on.
Makes sense because they get in a real big funk when that water temperature starts to tank. Yeah, cool. On a rainy day, what bait should I use? Moving baits, spinner baits, crank baits, whatever, is what I use because it's kicking up the water. The rain's kicking up the water like the wind would, and so it's low visibility, and they are usually feeding pretty good too. So.
Yeah, actually, I just did my mystery tackle box October slam yesterday when in the pouring rain, and I had a square bill with crankbait in my box. Threw it out there within the first 5 minutes, right parallel to the shoreline, about 3 inches off, some riprap, bang, hit it right there. But yeah, moving baits for sure in the rain.
Cool. Man, I wish I had some M&Ms. My diet is.
Oh, sorry, I'm
kinds of crap.
Killing it.
Let's see. Best topwater rod and reel for under $160.
Saltwater? Is that what he said?
Topwater.
I would say for these questions we should stick to. I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't care. Like, what would be like the best topwater rod? I mean, we can like mention brands, but I feel like we're gonna get too specific with like models and series. Just like I say, we should say what is good for a topwater rod, and then they can look for that in any brand they want.
And whatever they can afford.
I'll go first.
All right, go, John.
It depends on what, like open water, top water, poppers, prop baits, small stuff like that. I'm fishing with like a 6'9", 6'10", fast action tip, so it has a little bit of give, so I can bounce that bait. And usually like a 6'10", 6'9", medium or medium heavy.
Yeah, like a 6'8", 6'8", moderate fast tip though.
Yep, I like a fast tip too. Get the bait working a little easier. I like it actually a little shorter, 6'6". It reduces the fatigue on your wrist and arm. A little easier to work, but medium action as well for me.
Yeah, Mike's a little short too. You gotta have him short.
I'm the same with you. I'm not that tall, and the shorter rod, you can get more accurate cast. You can like really put them exactly where you want, especially poppers. I think poppers and spooks are most efficient when you stick them in super tight areas that you know if there's a bass there, they don't see those types of lures. And so using a short rod like that will get you that accuracy.
Yeah, it's a.
I agree.
I'm kind of the opposite because my home lake is a schooling lake, so we have to make bomb casts. I'm talking. I'm tuning my reel to as far as I can throw it and throw in aerodynamic bait. So I use a 7. If I can find a 7.2 medium fast, I love it, but at least a 7-foot medium fast. And then I just put up with the length when I'm walking the dog. But I mean, that's the only reason. If I was throwing short, like running the bank and throwing it, I'd love to have a 6.8 medium. So, but medium fast action, dudes, is you can get it gives you enough muscle behind it to get a good hook set. You just have to wait for that pause. I got a video of one today that hit my spook 3 times before it finally got a hold of the hook. So. Somebody said, Fluke, it's Kyle. Come on now. Fluke is.
You saw that? Don't read that out, man.
This is actually a new football head out by Seabird Outdoors. You guys know how much I like. It used to be G-Man jigs, but Seabird Outdoors. And it's a stand-up football head. I love these stinking jigs. So there's my shameless plug, but he doesn't sponsor me anyway.
Terrible. You're such a sellout.
Since I was stroking my jig, I might as well tell him what it was.
We had a good tip. What are some good cold front tips?
There you go.
Oh, there we go. That's a good question.
Who wants to start?
Mike,
Okay, well, I read the question. Actually, I normally have trouble in cold front conditions. You know, the bright, sunny days, especially bank fishing. I just try to go finesse, downsize, translucent colors, and clear water, shaky head, stuff like that. To be honest, though, I usually struggle, and would love to hear what you guys have to say about cold front fishing tips.
Yeah, I go straight up finesse, and I slow down. I slow down a lot, and this year it's been kind of tough for me because I really have tried to speed up because I am usually a slower fisherman, and I have tried to keep my trolling motor on above 50% all year this year, and it's worked out pretty good. I've caught some good fish, but yeah, when a cold front hits, it's slow down. Find those rock piles. Find those places where the fish are kind of hang out. Oh, there goes Andrew. It's just finesse. I like the Nico rig, the Midwest finesse rig or the Ned rig, and drop shot and shaky head, light line.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing for me too is like same with finesse, but like in the springtime, it's like really finesse, like weightless plastics, because it's like kind of a different cold front scene because you're kind of going into the cold and then you're going into the warm, vice versa. So springtime cold fronts, like weightless rigged, finesse worms, like stuff that drops really slow. But then kind of like into fall, I like throwing tubes actually, if I can get away with it, and then also the Ned rig too, something that's like that I can move kind of fast, but like really has no action. So. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, for me, I didn't really hear 100% what you guys said, so if I'm not repeating anybody. But what I found is, especially if before the cold front, I'm catching them on bottom lures like a jig or a big Texas rig worm or a craw of some sort. So basically, like not topwaters and stuff like that. But let's say it's like a good jig bite and a cold front rolls in. I don't change much other than the size of my bait because just because a cold front comes in doesn't mean the fish change the type of what their food source is. It's going to stay the same. They're just not willing to chase stuff down like they were before. And so what I do is I usually just downsize the same lure that I was using and just slow it down. So if I was using a jig, I would just cut it down to make it a little finesse jig and just slowly move it. So that's usually what I try to do during cold fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that all you got to say, Jim? You agree?
Well, you guys nailed it on me. Any tough condition, the best thing to do is to slow down and downsize. So
Yeah.
no matter what it is, bad conditions, tough conditions, slow down, downsize.
Yeah, exactly. I got a question that came across on a text. It says, let me try to word it right. What do you guys use for cold weather outerwear for brands? Because I'm kind of interested in this too, because I might be doing some ice fishing this year. So, so what do you guys use to stay warm for outerwear?
I use the Bass Pro qualifier gear. I actually just bought the 100 mile per hour stuff, but to be honest, and I work outside. You know, I wash trucks, so I'm always getting wet. And for me, the Gore-Tex have never kept me dry. I mean, it's a great wind block, but I've always got wet in it. But that's what I use. But
yeah.
So you like the Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier stuff?
I've got the Pro Qualifier suit, and I also got the 100 mile per hour stuff. And it's a great wind block, but I've always got wet in it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been looking for something, because right now all I do is put on layers, you know, sweatshirts, you know, ugly wool sweaters, whatever, to keep me warm, but I haven't found anything to really keep me, you know, dry or anything. I haven't spent any money on that, but I'm looking for something good, if any of you guys have suggestions.
It's a great wind block, but I've always got wet, so.
Huh.
You fish in the rain, don't get it.
I honestly don't even like use like a specific. I use like this is what I wear. Like it's nothing. It's just like keeps me to like blocking the wind, and then I do what Mike does. I like layer up. Like I'll wear like 2 sweatshirts, like 3 shirts. Like I'll just like wear as much clothes as possible. It's like a really good investment. It's something I want to invest in this year. But even though I don't wear it, definitely would recommend it. Like if you're gonna fish, like if you're in the Midwest or like North, you have to have good rain gear, good cold gear.
Yeah, I worked at Shields for a couple of years, so I got to like play with all of the different brands because we carried most stuff. For the most part, I think the majority of it's pretty similar. What I found is you kind of get what you pay for. If you're gonna pay for a $500 like Columbia whatever PFG stuff, it's gonna be like the best rain suit ever. But I don't think it's necessary. Just like you guys have been saying, you just layer up, get something that blocks the rain and stuff like that. I think I have like the Walmart, not a poncho, but something pretty close to that, just like real thin rain stuff that I wear over the top of a hoodie or a winter coat or stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you guys keep your hands warm in the winter? That's something I could never do. My hands always get freezing cold.
I just found a new set of gloves that really work good. I used them last year, and it's actually the Cabela's Guidewear gloves. Are excellent. They've got the fingerless, and they've got the fingerless with the little mittens that come over top of them. And I use the ones when it's really cold and I'm going to be riding in the boat. The mitten ones work great, but just for fishing, those, they're not cheap. I wait till after the season where they go on clearance and I buy them up. So
I use those Under Armour liner gloves. I think they're for hunting and things like that, but they work pretty good. You can cast in them. You can still feel the line and all that,
Glacier gloves are pretty good too. They're inexpensive, like $20-$30, and they got like the little openings for your fingertips too, so you can tie a line. And those are nice, but they only last for like 6 months, and they just start to deteriorate. Although they came out with some new ones, which I'm gonna pick up and see if they're a little bit better.
cool.
Awesome. Are those neoprene gloves you guys are talking about?
Yeah, mine are.
Yeah, mine are too.
That's what I figured. Awesome.
Cool. Let's find another good question.
Do any of you guys make your own baits? That's an interesting question.
I don't anymore. I used to tie my own jigs, and I tied about. I knew I was getting really busy, so I sat down one day and tied about 100 of them, and I'm still using them. And so I used to sell them. I don't have time to do that mainly because I forget to mail things, and so I had to stuff online. It's just tying jigs. It's just because I got so picky about what I wanted it to do, and everything else, and so nothing was out there with the right hook and the right head and all the combinations that I wanted. So I went ahead and I had 400 or 500 of them poured from a company, and then started making them. I still have them. If I run out, I'll have some to tie back
You
up.
have some custom rods that you made.
Anybody else make anything?
I used to pour plastics, but that was pretty much a bust.
Usually is. If you do it to try to make money, it ain't gonna work.
No, it's so hard.
Yeah.
I knew for me it would turn out terribly, so I didn't even attempt it.
Yeah, I've never really. I used to do it when I was like a little bit younger, just like make little worms and stuff, but I never tried to do anything for production, selling and stuff. I knew I knew I would have to basically have a company make it for me and put my name on it. That's basically how I'd have to do it, which I'm not going to do that.
Here's one. Has anybody ever badly hooked themselves?
Yep.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
All right. I've done it twice.
Don't you dare.
One time, so we were me and my dad were fishing up in South Dakota. We were walleye fishing, trolling with crankbait. And he had like a 5-6 pound walleye. And it comes up to the boat, and I kneeled down to grab it. And I think I grabbed it through the gills, set it on the deck, and I had my knee down. And it flopped. The crankbait hook went in my leg, back out with the fish still hooked on it, and then it thrashed around. It just tore these huge holes in my knee. So then we pinned it down, took the fish off, and then had to, like, my dad had to take his fillet knife and cut my leg open to pull the hook out. And then I just wrapped a bunch of like towels around it and then fished the rest of the day. That was probably the worst one. And then I had a crankbait slingshot in my finger 2 years ago, and basically it just went all the way in, and I had to just like lay it there, and my dad just took pliers and just ripped them out. But yeah, it's no fun. In case you were
Man, this is now a PG-13 stream for all the gory details that are being thrown out here.
Actually, the little turd that's floating around in the comment section, AP Basson, he's actually the guy that
I haven't
comes
even
apart.
seen him.
Yeah, he's in there. But he's actually the guy that hooked me, like the first time I actually got seriously hooked. He was like begging me. I don't know. He wasn't begging me, but he kept asking me.
The one that asked the question.
He was like, he's like, can I use your rod? I'm like, yeah, sure. We're at this little pond. I let him give my rod for like 2 seconds. He makes one cast, gets like right into a bush, and he starts yanking it out. I'm like, chill, relax. He yanks it all like, dude, this crankbait flew 100 miles per hour back. It goes straight into my leg. So we had to pull it. You did like it didn't hurt bad, but it's just like it looks worse. It's like one of those things where it looks worse than it actually is. You just pull it through, snip the barb, and then pull it back out. But it was just like, are you serious?
John, man, you lending your rod to people hooking you. You lend it to that kid. He drops your brand new reel in the water.
I saw that.
I know.
I'm doing that, man.
God.
How did he do that?
I don't know. I watched it 100 times. I was like, did he do it on purpose? And I was like, no way. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah. All right.
I got a question here on Messenger from a kid named Jacob. He's asking, what is the best boat for beginners and the cheapest price, cheapest kind?
Oh man.
John,
Probably a kayak, I would think.
Boat?
Well,
yeah,
if
well, if
you're
you
gonna-
want to consider kayaks as boats, yeah, but otherwise a John boat.
But yeah, if you're talking brand new, a John boat, the best thing to do is, dude, go check the ads in the newspaper, check Craigslist. We have a little thing on our here in local that is that's my father-in-law. Local that is that people post all their boats on, things like that. Just look around and you can find a 12-foot, 10-foot John boat for dirt cheap. You can throw in the back of the truck with a trolling motor and go. You know, and that's my first boat. I didn't get my first boat until I was married. And matter of fact, the guy that just called me on my phone, my father-in-law, he loaned it to me for about my last 20 months in the Army. And I would haul that thing around everywhere with a stinking 1970 trolling motor with a battery and just fish my tail off. And so that was my first boat. You know, but that or those little bass busters, those little plastic boats you throw.
Yeah, them are cool.
on.
Yeah.
You know, those are awesome. I've caught some great fish out of those. So, and they'll go anywhere. If you get two people, you can haul that thing across the field a quarter of a mile. I've done it and go fishing. So.
Well, yeah, you know I don't own a boat, but have you guys ever seen their circle boat? Those things look hilarious.
I'd fall out of that stinking thing.
There's no way you could. It looks stable.
You're like a big bobber. Oh man, I bet you money I could figure out how to fall out of that thing.
All right, one rod. Some kid asked for you to say lure.
Oh, dude.
Let me say it. Larry.
Whenever I say it, I just say lure. If I try to say lure, I can't even say it, man.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My good buddy's from Rhode Island. He can't say it either. So.
I'll just say artificial bait. And we're good to go.
There you go.
That would drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, there's a good one. I don't know, maybe we've talked about this. Are any of us superstitious like about bananas or anything? Like that seems like a legitimate thing in the tournament circuit. I don't know if you guys heard that. Like people don't like mess with bananas. Like you put a banana in the boat, like you're just gonna go not fish that day.
Well, that goes way back to the wooden ship days where banana ships sunk a lot. And so
Is there a reason why they would sink, or?
No, it was just, and that became a superstition, is not make sure there's not a banana on the boat. I don't care. I love bananas, so I'll have one.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I'm just curious if you guys do.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Let me think.
I'll just say, when I was fishing with Blacktip H, we brought like 12 bananas on the boat for quick energy, stacking throughout the day.
It's the best thing there is. You know, I guess my only superstition is don't catch a fish on the first cast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've bombed twice. No, I was fishing as a co-angler with my buddy on a tournament last year, a little Wednesday night, and we were in the middle of nowhere fishing a hump, and I threw into 35 feet of water with my crankbait. 4 cranks down, whoa, I hooked into a fish, and I turned and looked at him. I said, Bobby, I am so sorry. I didn't catch. He caught 5 more that evening, and I didn't catch a thing. I mean. Oh, and I've done it so many times where I just first cast of the day, whoop, catch a fish, and that's it. That's all I catch the rest of the day. So I guess that's my only one. So.
You know what's funny about that first cast? You know how I caught the bass in 5 minutes in Mystery Tackle Box Slam yesterday?
Yeah.
I did not catch another fish for 22 hours, but I didn't fish the whole time. I went home to sleep, then I went back out.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn. I caught all but one of those fish in less than 30 minutes on that Pro Box Slam.
Wow.
And the only reason I didn't catch the other one was because I had to make a 20-minute run to where I wanted to catch the other one, and I made it. I had been at that spot like 3 minutes before I caught that fish, and I was done.
I got
Dude,
the same box as you, so hopefully I can do the same.
Gene, how did you snag a bass on a frog, though? I don't really understand how that could happen.
The only thing I figure is that he came up and hit it, and he got his body wrapped around the line a little bit, and I set the hook pretty quick. I don't usually pause very much, and so all I can figure is that he came out of the water just about, and he came over top of it, and the line rubbed alongside of him, and I just got him on that hook. And I bend my hooks out a little bit too, so. I've never caught one on a tail with a frog. That was awesome. I was really just like, what in the crap is going? I felt him doing this number, and I'm like, what is that? So that was cool though. That was a lot of fun. But literally
everybody just wants you to say words. It's kind of funny.
Which words? Well, it depends on the letters. Certain letters I have trouble pronouncing. Other ones I'm okay.
Yeah.
What do we got? Let's experiment.
All but
they
that
say tournament.
Yeah, I say tournament.
Tournament. You guys
Tournament.
gotta rate me. When I say a word, rate me 1 to 10.
feel.
On how to pronounce it. 1, I suck at it. 10, I pronounce it perfectly. You guys gotta rate me.
Yeah. That's pretty good. So
I always just hear you on like Snapchat, and you're like tournament. Like you say tour.
Tournament.
Like,
Yeah.
All right,
there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of guys that say it. It's kind of funny though.
I have
a question.
Yeah, I've got a question here on Instagram from Sam Collins 3221. He asks, if you could travel the world to fish, where would you go and why? I like these questions because they're not like, we don't get asked. At least I don't get asked like this kind of stuff.
That's a good question.
So if you could travel one place in the world to fish, where would it be?
Somewhere down south with big bass.
I would go with, I want to try Lake El Salto in Mexico, catching 5-pounders, like 100 a day.
Yeah.
No, Bacharach. You don't want to go to El Salto anymore. Bacharach is where it's at.
Oh, okay.
So, and I've got connections, so if we ever want to take a King's trip, we can go down to Bacharach and stay at the Bacharach Lodge. So,
For that invitation, Gene, you gonna pay for that trip?
No, it's like 4 G's a person.
Man.
That's 7 days of whacking them. So, yeah.
What about you, Flair?
By the way, thanks, Ralph.
What did you say?
What about you?
No, I know. What was
You
Fluke about to
forgot
say?
the question.
No,
you
the
forgot
question is, where do you want to fish? I'm paying attention. I'm reading Instagram comments, okay? I'm just trying to keep this going. I don't, just somewhere down south. Like, I don't know if I want to do Gunnersville or Okeechobee, but like just like frogging mats and catching 5-pounders. However, wherever I need to go to do that, that's where I want to be.
Mine's the same as it's always been. I want to go down to Falcon Lake
Yeah.
With Steve Parks, the inventor of the Rage Tail.
Rage Tail, yeah.
He is a dude. He whacks them, and he is such a great guy. I could spend days with him and just pick his brain. It would be awesome. So that's my deal. That's what I want to do. So.
This was tough for me because I've actually been writing down the places where I want to go. I don't know where the notebook's at, but I got like a whole list. And the one that I really want to do one that I want to do for quite some time is I want to go to like a certain section of the Amazon, spend like a week there, and just catch like wolffish, arapaima, peacock bass. Like I think that'd be so much fun. The other one too that I want to go for, even though I don't know how to fly fish, is hit up I think it's Mongolia for those taimen. Like they're one of like the world's largest trout or whatever. They'll eat like muskrats or like they're insane. But like I want to do more than just like bass fishing, just because bass fishing is like I love it. Like nothing else compares to it. But I want to get a taste of other stuff. So I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna go with another question just because I saw it really quickly. But guys over at MTB asked, "What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you while filming?" I got a good story, but I'll let you guys go first.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you mine. I was on that lake in North Carolina. I had a Sony Handycam on a tripod in the back of the boat. And I hooked up with a spinnerbait. I hooked into a big chain pickerel. Jackfish is what we call them. I mean, this thing was 2.5 feet long. And I was bringing it to the boat, and I reached down to grab my net, pulled the net up, and knocked my frog rod into the water. And so I'm sitting here, and it was a Dobbins frog rod. And so I put it in there, and I was trying to scoop it out, and I couldn't get to it. And so I jumped to the back deck, and I knocked my camera in the water. And so here I am, the camera and the tripod are sinking. I've got a fish on the end of the rod, so I dropped that rod, jumped in the water, grabbed my tripod, threw it back on the deal, and then I'm gonna try to make this a short story. It's not short, but anyway, so I threw the net back up in the boat, and here I am, and I hear, just as I'm throwing the net up, I hear clunk, and it was the fish pulling my other rod into the water. So I lost 2 Dobbins rods. And both of them are the $300-400 rods. Oh, and so I jumped back in the boat. I threw a marker buoy out, went, and luckily it was only 4 feet of water. Went back, got a little drying kit from my camera, got it taken care of. Went back out on the water about an hour and a half later, and went and started walking back and forth in 4 feet of water, doing a grid pattern, looking for my rods. Found my frog rod. 5 minutes later, I bumped into my spinning rod up against some grass, or my spinnerbait rod up against some grass. Started reeling it in, and that dang fish was still on it.
No way.
And so I climbed up in the boat and landed the fish and got pictures and everything else, and then let it go. It was funny. Oh, if the camera had been rolling, oh my god.
That's awesome. I guess for me, nothing's. I would just say when it didn't really have anything to do with filming. Well, I guess it did kind of. I was fishing in Florida, and my buddy points out this alligator. I was like, no, it's not an alligator. It's a patch of grass. And I was like, I bet there's a bass on it. He's like, no, it's definitely an alligator.
Hey, hold on a second, Mike. Yeah. Hey, Andrew, can you ban Spencer leg? Thank you, sir. Anyway, keep going.
My bad.
So I was like, yeah, it's not an alligator. I'm going to catch a bass off it. Check this out. So I threw my frog over it, and I was twitching my frog next to it. Then suddenly the weed clump, boom, went all the way under, and obviously it's an alligator. And it got its foot wrapped around my frog. I snagged it. I snagged its foot with my frog. I was fighting it on the 6-foot 6-inch Bass Pro Shops Bionic Blade medium action, and that thing, I thought it was gonna snap. I had it bent like folded all the way like that. And I fought it on Periscope for like 10 minutes, and I finally snapped the line when it got under a drain pipe. But that rod did not break. It was like an ugly stick, but it was pretty insane. I got it on footage. I don't know if I want to post it
though. For me, it was right after. Well, like there were 2 instances. Real quick, I'm gonna keep this quick. Like a couple weeks before I went home or went back to Ohio for school or whatever, I had this like $900 DSLR. DSLR is like an interchangeable lens camera, really nice stuff. Nikon 5100. Basically, I was like super pumped. The bite was on. Set the tripod down, but I realized like one of the legs was like about like 3 feet shorter than the other. but the other two were fine. So when I set it down, I went to go run to the spot, and I just watched my camera go like straight into the water. Ruined, $800 gone, $900 gone. A couple weeks after, I was fishing with Flair, all week. He left. Then I went to fish just like by myself or whatever, and I'm taking these casts, these flukes, and I'm like struggling so hard because I keep missing these fish on camera, and I'm like trying to play it like, yeah, this is fun. Like we're out here catching them on flukes, like having a great time here. And I keep missing these fish, and I got really mad because I missed one. I was like, take a really hard cast, literally grabbed. That's why I love this rod though. But I grabbed the tripod, the camera, and the mic, and cast like threw it off my boat straight into the water. That was $400 Nikon. And like within a matter of like less than a month, I like $1,500 just like gone. Like wow. It was so frustrating. But that was probably my worst. And I have that on video, but if I don't think I can post it because I say a lot of not so good words. But I may find a way to post it, maybe something creative, just because you see like the camera just like fly right off. But that's my worst time.
Yeah. Andrew, you figured out how to ban people yet?
Yeah, I'm working on it. You want to help me out with that? I was going to text you.
There's no way for me to do it.
I know. You want to tell me how? You just text me.
Just go to,
you hover over top of them. There's a little flag on the right.
Yeah, flag.
Yeah, I've been doing it. That's how I keep clicking it.
I think they come back. I think they can come back, and they can also. I think flag just.
I'm literally hitting every single time. That's literally what I'm focusing on. It's just.
Yeah, you can just kind of
put them in timeout.
I can't. How do you put them in timeout?
I'm getting a lot of questions here on Messenger. Guys are saying that YouTube's messing up.
Hey, wait a second. Let me go ahead and say something real quick. Cappy, it's hard to look smart with stupid coming out of your mouth. Right,
favorite phrase right there.
Figure this out. This is really annoying.
Flair is weekend. Dude, how did you do this?
So much on this.
Because I don't think
it was my kicking their bass TVs on. Woohoo!
I got a question from a guy on Messenger. The most common weight used for a Texas rig in shallow water.
3/8.
In shallow water?
Yeah, I'm gonna say quarter to 3/8.
Yeah.
Quarter I probably use the most.
I guess.
Yeah, and for me it just depends on what I'm doing. You know.
Exactly right. Yeah.
You know, because if
I'd say the most common would be.
Yeah.
For me, quarter.
Yeah. Because I'll use a 2-ounce one if I'm punching grass and that.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what you're fishing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This fat has no questions in it, man.
I know this guy came through and just pushed the whole thing.
Dude, I've never seen comments go so fast.
We got a lot of people.
I can't even click on these. They're just going too fast.
Hit the slide bar on the right.
Yeah, I'm getting some good questions on Insta. I'll just start talking about
You're
it.
gonna start, dude. I'm like, yeah.
All right. Here we go. I got this. Wow, I got a ton. Holy shit.
Cool.
Yeah, I got a ton on Instagram.
Okay, some of these are pretty generic. Someone said, "What are those?" You can't even see our feet. What are you talking about?
What are those?
I don't have them on, guys. I don't have them on.
He's talking about Gene probably with his Crocs.
Those Crocs, dude. Those Crocs.
Dude, do you ever feel like when you're bed fishing, Gene, like the bass see that and are just like, no way.
Hey, I'm going to tell you guys, all right? And I don't care if anybody else knows. I will be wearing them in the middle of the winter time with no socks on.
Dad, tell me about your crocodiles.
So, yeah.
Okay, these questions aren't as good as I thought they were.
Jessica's on here. That's kind of funny.
Another question here. What would you use in super low muddy water conditions, 4% water level other than a bladed bait?
Whoa, that's specific.
Yeah, that is.
I like it.
What would I use? A bright chartreuse spinnerbait or a black one.
He said other than a bladed bait, so
other than bladed baits.
Yeah.
Well, then I'd be using something like
Topwater.
A black creature bait with a lot of kick. You know, it has a lot of paddles. You have, for me, I'm always looking for 2 different types of kicks. I have certain ones that have wavy action on their tails or on their claws, and I have ones that have a chopping action, like the bile craw and a lot of the rage tail stuff. And if it's muddy water, I want something that has a chopping action because it displaces a lot more water and it gives you a lot more vibration. So.
Big trickworm if it's 4.
Yeah, when I hear muddy water, I think shallow and super tight to cover. So I'd probably pick a big bulky presentation like a black and blue jig with a kicking trailer and just make multiple pitches and flips to that any structure or cover I can find and work it from every angle and try to get any type of fish to bite.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, I got another one here. You guys ready? What is the largest smallmouth and largemouth you guys have caught, and what did you catch them on?
Mine's so weak.
You
You guys can take this.
I'll just start. It's fine. Largemouth is 6.9 pounds. I caught it the day before the high school state championship pre-fishing on a bluegill-colored New Tech chatterbait. And smallmouth, I don't know the exact weight. It's over 5 pounds, though, up in South Dakota on a root beer-colored coffee tube, I think it is. Yeah.
My biggest largemouth would be a 6-pound largemouth caught on a black war eagle buzzbait, and smallmouth would be a 2.5-pound smallie on a Rapala X-Wrap.
Some giants, man. I'm not gonna even say mine. Someone asked, well, Rippin and Real Fishing on Instagram asked, I think this is a good question. Who is the person who got you into fishing, basically, who started you into fishing?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
All right, I'll take it. My dad was the first person to actually take me fishing. I was around like 4 years old. He's not much of a fisherman, but it was significant because of the fact that he wasn't. Like he did it just out of the goodness of the heart, and he fished a little bit as a younger kid, but he wanted to try to see if I liked it, and little I ended up loving it. But my dad, and then I can also thank both my grandfathers for getting me into it too, because I fished with them a ton as a kid. Still do a little bit.
My dad got me into it. We mostly catfished and panfished. I didn't really bass fish at all with him. I took that up on my own, but it'd be my dad that got me involved in fishing.
My story is my dad showed me bluegill fishing. He knew nothing about fishing when I was 8 years old, but I got into bass fishing when I was 9. I went fishing with my dad, and my neighbor was out there fly fishing, and I saw him catch the biggest fish in my life at the time, which was probably like an 18-inch bass on a fly lure. On a fly, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So right after I saw that, I became obsessed with bass fishing, and I got into lure fishing when I was like 11 or 12 and haven't looked back since.
Cool.
Am I up?
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
I was just gonna say, my dad got me started in bass fishing. He's always liked it since he was like a teenager, and so me and him used to go all the time. We still go every once in a while, but then I started getting like the tournament thing, which he never did, and then that's kind of, so I basically just took a hobby to more of a serious competitive side.
Yeah, cool. My dad was a trout fisherman, grew up out west, and so in the 80s I'm the 7th of 8 children, and so we didn't have a whole lot of money in the 80s, so that's all we did for vacation. We would go up to North Georgia and go trout fishing. And so he taught me how to tie flies when I was young and everything else. I never got into bass fishing until I ran into my best friend my junior year of high school, and he showed me what bass fishing was all about. And then I joined the Army, got away from it for a little while because life happens. And then I got married to a wonderful woman whose dad is a big bass fisherman, and he got me back into it. And so that's kind of where I'm sitting now. Is he started the ball rolling, and it's crazy. So
I got another good question here. Any tips for fishing milfoil?
Oh, I hate milfoil.
Oh gosh. Yeah, best thing to do is to get a really good sensitive rod, and that you can throw like moving baits on, spinner baits, kind of a little stiffer than a moderate action rod. I'd use a fast action rod so you can feel those baits ticking the top of the grass, because you don't want to get into the grass.
No, not into milfoil especially.
Milfoil, because you can't rip it out. Hydrilla is wonderful because you can just pop your rod and it rips right out, but milfoil, another thing is you can, no, I wouldn't even do that. I was going to say you fish a Carolina rig with a long leader, but you end up bringing in half the milfoil. So I fish above it. Fish a fluke if it's real shallow, a weightless worm or a fluke, something like that. So, or a chatterbait. Chatterbait comes through pretty good on top of it. So.
Here's a tip.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say it says, what are some of your other hobbies outside of fishing?
Hey, I just wrote that one down. I was gonna wait. I think we should all go over like a few hobbies, and then I get a lot of questions, and I hear a lot of questions about like what each of us do for like a living, like what Gene and Tackle Junkie, what you guys actually do besides YouTube. So I think we should go over that because people are usually interested in that stuff.
Mike, what's your hobby?
My hobbies outside of fishing are playing tennis and playing computer games. I'm pretty big dork. I like playing League of Legends. I also watch anime, but it's all good. And let's see, what I do for a living is I'm fortunate right now that thanks to all the support all my subs have given me, I'm able to make enough money doing what I love and just doing YouTube and sponsors. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4 months or so, and we'll see. Hopefully, I can do this for a career.
Cool.
Awesome. And next, I'm not gonna do it.
All right, I'll do it. So
John.
I like long walks on the beach.
Shut up.
No. I'll be serious. There's not much that I like. This sounds so sad, but there's not much I like to do other than fishing. The one thing that I like to do and I want to do more of is like actual like film related things. I took a film class in high school, absolutely loved it. If you ever had the opportunity to take a film class in high school or college, do it because like even if you don't like movies, like it's amazing. Just like all like stuff that you'll see that you didn't notice the first time watching something. I want to get into more filming. Also, I'm really into like hiking. I live like right behind, thousands and thousands of acres of woods. So that's just something easy to do. And I used to be really into football. Like it was like to the point where it was like football or fishing. And I took fishing, so that's that. And dude, I don't do anything. I just fish and stay on my computer. It's crazy.
I'm pretty simple. Other than fishing and work, I bike ride a lot. So I'm either on the lake or at work or on the trails. And for a job, I wash trucks for a living. My dad owns a mobile truck washing business, and I've been doing that for over 20 years. I started when I was 13.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
You want me to go, Gene, or you want to go?
I'll go. Hobbies. I love to camp. I am as my Boy Scouts call me, I'm the world's best car camper, and I keep all my my camping gear. Actually, I sling my hammock from my truck to my boat. It doesn't really matter. All my camping gear fits into a box about this big, and I just go. I'm a big backpacker. I love to hike. I got the Appalachian Trail right up in North Georgia. I'm getting back into it. I've been out of it for a few years, as you guys can tell. But I'm ready to get back into it, and I'm working on getting my stuff built back up and going ultralight. So, for a job, I'm an X-ray tech. Been doing that for 19 years. Started in the Army for 6, and then the rest of it for 19 years. So, I get to hang out at a trauma center and shoot X-rays of people who say, "Hey, y'all, watch this."
I'm sure you get a lot of that in Georgia too. Just a lot of them, like holding my beer.
Yeah. Hey, hold this for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll go. So, what I do for fun outside of fishing, I like to hunt. I like to camp.
Hang out with Macy. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut your mouth, John. Let's keep this clean. I'm sure everybody saw that video. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, smart.
Anyway, so yeah, just kind of like hang out. Watch some sports every once in a while. I go to college or go to class. What I do for a job is I get to do what Run Rod does, and that's make YouTube videos. Because you guys are awesome. People that watching this right now, you guys are great. You guys make it possible for me to do what I do, and have fun every day. Enjoy my job, and dreams come true, people. They really do.
The cool thing about what Andrew just said too is, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for these guys, but I'm sure they feel the same way. We in no way, shape, or form feel like we're like better anglers than you guys. If anything, we're experienced. We know how to do it. But we're in the same game as you. We're in the same position. That's why we're able to answer the questions that that can help you. And the cool thing about being on YouTube like this is generally we're pretty approachable. Like, of course, none of us will be able to answer every single question. But the cool thing is, how many times can you hit up Scott Martin or Aaron Martins or something like that and be like, hey, what's your favorite so-and-so, or what would you do in this situation? Probably would never get a response, which makes sense. But in this situation, we have the opportunity to be one-on-one with some of you guys, which I love. Because especially recently, the comments and the questions have just been amazing. I don't know if it's because you guys are inside because of school or winter or what, but it's been awesome. Yeah, there's no way to really show the appreciation back other than just keep making videos for you guys and answer the questions. You guys are dead on awesome.
Yeah, you guys are. I mean, you guys are the reason I'm doing this. I mean, 100%. I would be doing I would not be doing this if it wasn't for all of the, just all the comments and all the results that I get. I'm a results guy. I love numbers. I'm dyslexic with numbers, but I love to see that what I did affects and helps people, and I love doing that. And that's why I do it, because I see what it's doing for you guys. I love to teach people how to fish, and I love to hear the stories. So that's my drive. That's my passion. So.
All right, I got a good question. Someone asked if we ever get snagged because we never see it on the vids. No, I've never gotten snagged in my life.
Never.
I don't really know what to do.
Never.
I've seen like Kevin Van Dam get snagged a few times, but like I'm not sure exactly what to do in that situation.
Yeah. I don't even need a lure retriever. Never. I got snagged 15 times today.
I think I lose 10 lures every time I go out.
Well,
Yeah, I have more lures in the lake than in my tackle box. You know.
If you're not fishing where the fish are, you're not going to get hung. I mean, that's where they're at.
You ain't getting hung up. You ain't catching fish.
Yeah, what did I say on that last video or 2 videos ago? Make the cast in there and worry about getting the fish out after you set the hook. You know, if you got to go crawl in and dive in the middle of a brush pile to get him, you'll get him. Get the fish.
Put your man pants on.
Yeah, put your man pants on. Yeah, that's Dick.
I was like, where did that come from?
That's like, who said that? I was like, was that Tackle Junkie that said that? I was like, what?
Oh boy. Yeah,
All right, I got a question here. Best tip fishing a wacky rig and cover.
I guess, well, if you're going to fish a whacker and cover, you definitely want one of the hooks with one of the fiber weed guards to help make it a little more weedless. That's one tip.
I would say a weed guard or don't do it. You know, you're gonna get snagged up.
I would suggest doing it like weightless. You get a weight that likes to dig down into whatever you're fishing. A little weightless, it'll sometimes sit up on top of the grass.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is key.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, you don't really pick up the whole. Well, you do finesse. You do some finesse.
I do finesse, but I don't fish Cincos. They're a turd on the hook to me. So,
Really?
I just
Man.
yeah, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Okay, it's not that bad.
It's really not that bad.
Just saying.
All right, let's go with favorite rod and reel combo. We don't have to go brands, just power action and gear ratio.
For like, so basically one all-purpose. Like if you had one rod to take out to use for everything, what would it be? With line and everything.
Right.
I guess since I mainly fish for bank, I need something shorter so I can have more accessibility. I don't want to be hitting trees and whatnot, so I just go 6 foot 6 inch medium heavy. Then gear ratio, I'd probably just go 6'3" to 1 all-purpose, and I'd probably use braid. This way I can add a leader if I'm fishing clearer water.
Yeah, I noticed you do go. That's one thing I wanted to ask you about, like not like later on or something like that. You usually do fish like the shorter rods. That's something I'm trying to get into because I've seen a lot of dudes who are like fishing like Lake Biwa and stuff like that. Those guys are making those quick pitches and things. Like they're fishing like short rods most of the time. They give them big baits sometimes, and they can get right under trees real quick. And that's something I want to get into. So I'm saving up for like a really nice 6'8", 6'6" rod. It's pretty versatile, right? I'm assuming.
I mean, I get more accuracy, and when I'm bank fishing, you know, I can't access as many spots. I want to be real accurate with my casts and stuff, and I can skip easier. And I can't work my rod tip down if I have a real long rod if I'm standing on the bank, you know.
No.
Yeah, I like that.
All those things I forgot.
Mine would be a 7 foot medium heavy fast action 6'3" reel and 15-pound floor probably.
Yeah, mine is a. I tell you, one of the things I preach is when you're trying to figure out what the best rod is for bass fishing is you got to look at what you fish. What are your favorite things to fish? And so my favorite things to fish are I love a heavier shaky head, a 1/4 ounce shaky head, a light jig, a topwater spook, that kind of stuff. And I, you know, spinner bait, buzz bait, and what one rod can figure out can fish the lipless crankbaits and the square bills that I love to fish, and that's a medium fast action rod. So I love a 7 foot medium fast action rod. I can catch more fish with that rod than anything else because I know what I'm best at, and that's what I'm best at. So 7 foot, and then gear ratio reel would be it'd be a 13 Fishing Concept C. There's my shameless plug. And
Man, that's twice.
yeah,
Yeah, man, you're spitting out right now.
One more.
Third strike, you're out, man. We're kicking you
One
out.
more
Selling out.
strikes, you're out.
I'm straight up selling out. Anyway, probably a 7-1-1. That's kind of a good ballpark. I remember back in the day when there wasn't a 7-1-1, and we were holding our rod tip way up high and reeling a 6-3-1 as fast as we could with a lipless crankbait deep so we could burn it.
Yeah, I'd go with the same thing for a 7-to-1 gear ratio. I think I've never had a problem like really slowing down. You just have to mentally slow down, and I would like to have that faster speed just in case you need it. 7 foot, medium heavy, fast action, 30-pound braid. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Y'all are probably gonna kill me for saying this, but I took what Gene said into mind, like what you use, what do you have the most luck with, and I'd probably have to go with a 610
spinning rod.
Yes, medium action spinning rod.
I was gonna guess that too.
With a 6.2-to-1 gear ratio spinning reel.
Yeah.
And that's something, dude. I just like around here, it's clear water, deep water, a little bit of grass, a little bit of rock. That's what you use. I mean, ask any of the guys up here, and they're like, anything over 7.6 with a casting with a trigger on it, they're just like, what are you using that for? Like, there's no brush around here. So that's what I get the most use out of it. And if you think about it, you can get real versatile, and a lot of lakes around here are pressured too. So you get to fish the stuff like flick shakes, drop shot. I know you guys hate it when I say drop shot, but drop shot, flick shake, mojo rig, stuff like that. So
okay, I got one I want to read about. Brian Sweeney asked, Fluke Master, what did you catch that monster bass when you were a kid with? I didn't catch it. He did.
And I caught it on the neighborhood pond.
And he caught it on a vile craw.
On the neighborhood pond.
The neighborhood pond. So yeah, it wasn't me. It was mini me.
How big was it, monster? How big was that monster?
8 pounds, 1 ounce. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
dude, mine is, that just is all right.
When
All right.
one rod, he was like 6 pounds. I was like,
yeah, he's sitting there writing down, I beat 1 rod.
I was accomplished.
Dude, you beat 1 rod me, and then also for as far as biggest fish goes, man.
Yeah.
Post,
I'm just glad his buddy was there with his iPhone so he could take a picture of it.
Yeah, my friend Will, he's one of Dad's biggest fans. His eyes were around his baseballs. It was hilarious.
That's my boy. All right, what's the next question?
Everyone's saying drop shot baits. Well, John, why don't we talk about some of your favorite drop shot baits?
Well, Drop Shot 101 by John B. All right, hold
There
on.
you go.
So the one that I've been using a lot of, and I want to get back into using, is Reaper baits. Someone asked me about like good drop shot lure. Little Reaper baits are awesome. They're like 3 inches. They got a little paddle tail on the back. Work good. As far as colors go, if you're fishing clear water, then go with like a smoke. Like a smoke looks just like how it is. It's like gray and clear. Oh, hold on.
Look at his room. It looks bad.
Wait, hold on.
What's going on?
Is that your dad, John?
How did they get on? I don't know how they got on. Did you hear my mom? She was like, look at his room. It looks bad. What's going on?
Look at this trolling.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. I'm done. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Hold on. I think he's
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How did he get on?
I'm crying right now.
It doesn't make any sense.
He had
Oh, you know what? He sent
He got on your
the link
Facebook,
to my
I bet.
you sent the link to my Facebook, and he also has control of my Facebook because he'll post some like comment or something like that. So he probably saw the link thinking like he was gonna click on it.
just
That
Put
was
it on
the
our call.
greatest thing. Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
dude, he's never gonna hear the end of
like,
this.
who's
That's it. He's never gonna hear the end of this.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
All right.
Look at this room, it's a mess.
Yeah, that's the first thing she said.
Oh,
You know how many people are watching right now? Oh my! It doesn't even look that bad. Oh my god.
It's better than my room.
Oh, that was freaking hilarious. There went the whole hangout. We all just laughing.
I saw my dad's name come up, and I was like, oh no. Oh, no.
Oh, that's great.
All right, let's move on.
Yep. What were we doing?
John's talking about his favorite drop shot baits.
Yep, I want to hear that.
Yeah, well, the Reaper. That's it. Smoke purple.
Gotcha.
A little blue flake.
My favorite would be just the classic RoboWorm 4.5 inch, you know, like the green chartreuse tip or Aaron's Magic, something like that.
Yeah. Yep. All right, this is not a sponsored plug. I love the freaking plasma channel.
That is.
I swear that's
Get out of
you're
here.
out. I'm
Dude,
ejecting
get
you.
out of here. You're done.
You're
done.
I'm John's dad.
My
nagging
dad's
here,
filling
you're
in for you.
out,
This is
Luke.
it. You're done. That's,
But guys, Gene caught a
I
10-pounder on the plasma tail, didn't he?
No, I didn't catch
no,
that
that was a
That
Velcro.
Oh, okay.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I promise you, dude, that thing is awesome. I just, God.
I'm
And it's not-
I'm inviting your dad, John.
If it wasn't for, even if they weren't my sponsor, I'm telling you that thing rocks as a drum.
Oh, it is good. It is
And
good.
I like the Aaron's Magic. What do they call? Who makes Aaron's Magic?
Robo-Worm.
Robo worms. Yeah, they're. I have a whole box of Robo worms somewhere around here, and you know I like them because they sit out. They're in deep water. They're neutrally buoyant with that salt layer on the bottom. So, but sorry guys, it was not a plug.
No, it is. To be fair, it is a real
alright.
good bait. It's a good bait, though.
It's okay. Hey guys, I just want you to know my favorite drink is V8. Not trying to plug or anything. Not trying to plug or anything. When I'm out in the water, I'm drinking.
I'm so sold out. Golly.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, here's a good question. How is it trying to balance a big YouTube account and your fishing life? Do you feel like you're ever pressured to catch big fish or keep videos rolling and keep fans content?
It's not fun.
I'm sorry, I totally missed that question.
I'll say I'll answer it. That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it is. I was telling these guys before we were talking and saying how much more pressure there is to make videos now, and it takes the fun away just a little bit with having cameras on all the time. You really have to focus on what you're doing, and like I remember back when I used to just like go test stuff out, like I've never thrown this, let's throw this. It's kind of hard for me to do that now because I don't have confidence in that bait, and so I'm stuck throwing my confidence baits because I'm reliant on catching fish for videos for you guys, and it takes away from doing experimenting and taking risks when I'm working and trying to film a video. It eliminates that that little bit of fun, but it's not too much to where it's not doable. And I mean, I feel pressure to catch big fish, and there's nothing worse than catching a big fish and not having the camera. That's like the biggest regret ever is not bringing the camera, and then you catch. That's always when you catch your biggest fish is when the camera's not rolling.
Oh yeah.
It always happens, and that's just how it's gonna work. But yeah, there's definitely pressure involved with having a big YouTube channel and making sure you catch fish and all that stuff. Luke, what is this?
Let me write down.
Is that 5 plugs?
Oh gosh, I have one right now. To balance my time, I tell you, time on the water is. I mean, I've got a wonderful wife. Golly, guys, I'm married so far above myself, it's not even funny. But she, she's a school nurse, and so she's gone during the day, so I'm able to go out fishing. But I mean, I've got 4 kids. I've got a full-time job on the weekends. I'm able to fish basically 3 days a week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes Friday if I want to not get sleep before I have to go in for a long shift at work. And so it gets tough. It really does. I have to schedule myself pretty tight, and if I'm not on fish, I don't get a video. And unfortunately, Clark Hill is not an easy lake to fish a lot of the time. So you also watch yourself when I'm able to do this full time, because it's going to be crazy. But it's, I have limited time, and then the fact that I'm able to put out 2 videos a week with only 3 days of fish is incredible. I work hard at it, and I got, like I said, and because of my work schedule, I don't get to fish with my kids very much. How many times? I probably fished with Jake 5 times in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And so the main reason I want to go full time with this now is so I can have my weekends back. I haven't had weekends since he's been born, and he's 13 now.
Almost 14.
And so it's, that's how I've just got to wait, spend my time waiting, and eventually it'll happen.
For me, I'm a little more fortunate because I don't have any kids or anything. I have a girlfriend, but that's it. So I'm able to spend pretty much all my time focused on my channel. I spend 15 hours. I post 3 videos a week. Spend 15 hours a week editing, 15 hours a week answering comments, and I fish 3 days a week. Then what I try to do is I try to not think about the camera too much. I just try to go out there and fish, and I'm always recording, so I just try to make the best episode I can with whatever footage I get. So I'm always having fun when I'm fishing. And you guys see me catch a lot of dinks I put on there, which is true. I do catch a lot of dinks, so I guess it takes a little pressure off because you guys aren't used to seeing me catch monsters. I can just catch dinks and post, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So I'll just keep posting videos if you keep liking it. And whenever I fish, I'll try to make some kind of content that you guys can enjoy.
I got a question here. You had one fishing lure for the full year, January 1st to December 31st. What would it be?
Drop shot.
Shut up, guys.
That would work.
Hey, that would work. Yep. Jig.
I would go jig as well because you can fish a jig deep, shallow, swim it, very versatile. Weeds, cover, hard cover.
I'm going with
Yeah,
square
I'm
bill.
going with jig too.
I'm having fun over here on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
see
watching
that. Yep.
No.
Oh my god, too much for me.
Anyway, here comes another Biospawn plug. No, I'm done plugging Biospawn.
Yeah, I wish I had some sponsors to plug. I'm like looking around from my room. I have like nothing to plug. I'm trying to be funny. There's literally nothing I can plug. Here, wait, hold on. Actually, we do. This one's good though. The guy Peppers Jigs. He sent me one of these. Little chatterbait. Caught a nice little bass on it back in Illinois. There we go.
Hey, John, did you see my Halloween costume?
No.
Show it. Show the Halloween costume.
Is it appropriate? What is
It's
it?
a serrape and a sombrero. Ole.
Put it on, man. Put it on.
Should I put it on for the live stream?
Yeah, put on your.
Alright, I'll work on it while we're talking.
Can I see what I'm doing?
Oh yeah. All right, I'm done playing.
Luke, you're killing it right now.
He's like showing his business card.
Actually, no, that's what we call my stalker card. Okay, you have a business card that has your contact information on it, and then you have a stalker card that just has your basic information on it.
I like that.
I'll be right
Stalker
back.
card.
I need to get one of those.
Oh.
Trying to think what
Gene, I got a
else?
question for you. I know you fish a lot of different grass, I believe.
Yep.
How can you tell the difference? You know that, or
How can you tell the difference? I spent a lot of time doing research on like.
No bueno. No, Andrew. No, Andrew, put it.
Ole.
Oh man! All right, you have to stay in that the rest of the chat, the rest of the hangout.
Alright, I'll be like this for the rest of the chat. That's fine.
But what I do is I spend a lot of time at University of Georgia, University of Virginia. There's a couple other websites that have their agriculture or their aqua, whatever. Anyway, they have a lot of information on their websites about how to are identifying these types of aquatic vegetation. And so every state's university typically does that. So you go to your local university or your state university and you start searching for that kind of what type of aquatic vegetation or identifying aquatic vegetation. It'll help you do it. The way I do it when I'm out on the water, I just grab, yank some of it up with a spinner bait or a crankbait and bring it to the surface and say, okay, that's milfoil or that's hydrilla. We don't. That's about all I fish is hydrilla and milfoil, and if I go down the river, it's hyacinth. Florida guys have to deal with like 15 or 20 different types of grass, and I'd love to get down there and learn those types, but that's kind of how I do it. So.
good answer.
I go to school for like stuff like that. Last year I learned a bunch about types of grass, and this year I forgot literally every single like species and type of. But like the one that stuck with me is like different types of grass will tell you about the ecosystem, So if you do know about them, you can actually generally tell if like you're fishing a good spot. Like bulrush, really good sign. Arrowhead doesn't really grow in the water, but if it grows around the edge, it's a good sign. Thing with aquatic vegetation is it can be miscued as like actually in the water, but a lot can be told just by looking at the banks and what's on the banks, like bulrush and tules, which I don't think is a proper name for it, but all that's good stuff. Produces oxygen, produces shade, cover. You know, there's so many different dimensions when it comes to vegetation. It's one of my favorite things to fish. You know, like really really fibrous stuff, like really stiff vegetation, like that. Hold that brush and good stuff though. I like, but it's hard to find because again, it only grows in healthy lakes.
I gotta get this question out of the way. Lots of people keep asking how much money we make off YouTube. We're not supposed to talk about that based on our YouTube agreement.
Yep, it's in our contract. We can't talk about it.
So we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Based off all that stuff, I just wanted to say my favorite place to go get food after I go fishing is Taco Bell.
So you make enough to do that. That's basically.
To go to Taco Bell after I'm done fishing.
Okay.
By this charade.
Taco Bell really is. I don't really do fast food, but Taco Bell is really good. Like.
Hey, actually, this is not really appropriate, but we'll just say my cousin's
if you're hesitating, don't say it. If you're hesitating.
My cousin.
The audience here.
My cousin's friend accidentally drove his car through a Taco Bell the front door of a Taco Bell. I'm choking. And all the people were staring at him, and they just pulled out of the car. I'm not going to say why and what happened, the details, but yeah. Sorry about that, Andrew. If you're ever in Virginia and you're looking for Taco Bell, there's one less for you to find.
Let's see. Any more good ones? From rod to reel, bait and weight. What favorite punch rig? A punch rig, it just all depends on the cover I'm punching, really. There was a question, what's your favorite punch rig from rod to reel and everything else? I kind of covered it in my punch video. You know, heavy action rod, 65-pound braid. Weight depends on the cover. Hook depends on the cover and the bait. You know, that I choose. So, what are you laughing at, Mike?
Oh, sorry, the comments are really funny.
The comments are
Someone
pretty
said
great,
Flair,
actually.
Lucky Tackle Box, or Taco Bell Big Box.
Oh man.
Well, one of them only comes with a spoon in it, so.
Yeah. We already covered superstitions. What editing programs do we use? John uses and Flair use what?
Final Cut.
Final Cut. Yep, that's right.
Well, we lost. Who'd we lose? Did we lose TJ?
TJ.
He bouncing. John's going to the bathroom.
He's bouncing. John's going to the bathroom.
I'm lazy on my editing. I just use GoPro Studio.
Yep. Yeah, I use the cheap version of Adobe Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere Elements. I just don't load on the second disc, which is all the junk. I just use the program or the program. I've gotten really used to it. And I go into Amazon and I buy last year's version, and it's $50 only instead of $110. So yes, I'm cheap.
Another question that kept coming up is tips for starting a high school fishing team. I don't know
Before we get into
Andrew.
it, go look at Kicking Their Bass TV's YouTube channel because he has like 4 videos on it, and they're really good because he talks with Hank, who runs the high school series. So we're just gonna give a bunch of kind of useless information, even though I fished it. Like I don't know enough to where I know how to start a club because I had to start mine. But Noah does a good job going over that. So go check out Kicking Their Bass TV, his YouTube channel. He's got videos of our high school stuff.
Cool. Let's see.
What's Tackle Junkie doing? Do I have to accept him or something?
No, you should be able to get on.
Oh jeez, I started clicking stuff. It's probably not going to switch now.
Just click on your. Yeah, click on your picture.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. See, I used to be the dummy about technology and stuff. So, okay, here's a good question. I like the big questions. Hold on. If I don't have any luck, this is from FireXD35354. If I don't have any luck with cranks or spinnerbaits, what should I throw on a really mossy pond? If there's no visible cover, where should I cast without portable fish finders? Dude, fish a Mojo rig. I'm telling you right now. Go on my channel, look up my video about the Mojo rig, watch it, learn how to rig it, practice it. It's just like fishing a Carolina rig, but you can fish on top of that moss. And so I caught my last personal best, not the one I just caught. I caught it on an 8-pound test. It was a 9.98 pound bass, 8-pound test out of the grass on a Mojo rig. And bass love it.
Yeah, it's a great rig. You can fish on top and still cover a little bit of water.
Yep.
Then, obviously, if you're not getting bit on spinnerbaits and crankbaits, slow down. You can fish, something like a Senko, stay on top. You can fish a super fluke slowly, and then the Mojo rig will work great as well.
Yep. Yeah, Jim will be back. He's not as technically savvy as some of us, so he's still working on it. He gets frustrated with computers and wants to throw them up against the wall. Let's see.
How to tell if there's bass in the pond? Well, you want to look for any kind of bait fish activity, if there's any brim or anything like that. And if you see smaller fish activity, there's a good chance you can find something big, but you just have to go out there and fish it and find out.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Do any of you do fishing guides for new locals? No, I don't do it anymore. I don't have time.
No, I don't either. I actually considered doing it this summer, just like taking kids out, as in like probably like 13 and older, like they can actually cast, and doing like little lessons, like 101s of like how to fish the local lakes. I thought about it, but I ended up getting too busy with YouTube and traveling and tournaments and stuff, so I couldn't do that. But I thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm too busy for that too. But actually, Blacktip H said he might start guiding for any of you guys that live in Florida. You might be able to do something with him.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I wish I love to guide. Absolutely love it. It's like it's my stress relief, and I just don't have time. This just takes up all the time. So
I think it'd be kind of cool. Like I don't have a boat and really the time, but I used to when I was a kid. I did a couple of guides with some people down in Tennessee, and those guys just like they'll sort of tell you like you're not gonna make money off of it, but he said it's so much fun. Like you're just out there watching people have fun and catch fish. It's like doing what we do on YouTube, but rather than just like giving the knowledge, you get to give the knowledge and then watch them use it. So
yep,
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, Mike, have we told anyone what you're doing this weekend or next weekend?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going to Ohio to fish with John for a weekend. And what are we gonna be doing down there, John?
Probably a little bit of
drop shotting.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope not. We're gonna be fishing the same lake that I fished with Flair in. But yeah, and then probably change it up a little bit. Maybe see if we can fish in different waters, just because I'm starting to get tired of that lake. It's fun, but we're probably gonna light them up there and find some other places to light them up. But I don't know. You'll have to see. It's gonna be fun next week. You're driving down, aren't you?
Yep, I'm driving down. It's a 6.5-hour drive, maybe 6 hours, depending how fast I want to go.
That's not bad as I thought, but still,
yeah.
But that should be fun. I'm trying to do more of this kind of stuff. As you may be able to tell, just the recent couple of months and weeks, you'll see a lot of YouTubers featuring other people's channels. It's fun because then we get to, take our fans and combine them with each other, and people who haven't seen someone else's videos get to see what goes on. I just do it for the fun. Like when Flair and I did it, we did
that
it
was
for
a blast,
we were just doing it
dude.
for fun. Yeah, we didn't know it was going to
happen.
happen.
So much fun, just like catching fish, screwing around, having challenges. Like that was actually so much fun.
And I didn't really know. I mean, I met Flair down in ICAST. That was the only really time I hung out with him, and I was like, dude, you want to go down to Columbia? I was just like saying I didn't think he was going to be able to do it, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. But that was dope. Even when we were off the water too, we were just messing around, having fun.
Yeah.
Cool spot. So hopefully, one of these days we need to get we're gonna rent a big old house.
Yeah, dude, that'd be
take us out on this boat, and then we'll just
we'll have Jersey Shore and like Party Down South, like those type of TV shows, but fishing YouTube edition.
Exactly.
We're gonna put GoPros everywhere. We're just gonna live in this house for a week. It's gonna be crazy.
Dude,
we're doing it. It's happening.
Yes.
And I'm wearing this when we're down there.
Olé.
Flair, someone said you need to add a mustache. Can you do that?
For actually like on Halloween, like, when I go like Saturday night, I'm painting a little black mustache. Mason won't let me grow one out, so I gotta paint.
At Chipotle, do they still give free burritos if you dress up for Halloween? You might be able to get 2 free ones.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Hey, I want a handlebar mustache.
A handle.
Like Ike had one for a while, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, Ike did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
All right, biggest fish you hooked but lost. Guys, I'm not kidding. I hooked a 23-pound world record bass like 2 weeks ago, but it got off. It sucked.
In New Jersey.
It was in Ohio, actually. I was drop shotting.
Let's see. Can anyone go to ICAST? No.
What do you say? Oh, can anyone go to ICAST?
As in if it's
you could honestly slither your way into ICAST. Not saying slither's a bad word. You could probably get your way into ICAST. Slither sounds like you have to like kill someone or do something illegal. You could probably get into ICAST, like
for a short amount of time.
For some finessing, Dress. You know what you need to do? You need to dress. You tuck in your pants. Wear a nice belt. Wear like a Columbia.
Never going to go to ICAST.
Yeah, they're gonna bang your. They're gonna have a picture, and they're like, "Don't let this kid in."
Carry around a laptop case.
You're giving
wear
people
glasses. You can get in. If you do that, or wear like a pure fishing shirt, like it says pure fishing, you can get in.
Okay.
No problem.
When you get to ICAST, you have to have an ID. You have to have a hang tag. It's only for people who make baits, people who buy baits, and the press. That's it. And the press pays a whole lot of money for their tickets, and the guys who are making the baits pay a whole lot of money for their booths, and it's all business. It's not like the classic. You don't get to go around and buy stuff. It is all, you're coming up to somebody's booth to talk about their baits and to see if you want to. And these are not like like Joe Smo going over and buying stuff. It's guys who buy them for their tackle shops, or guys who buy them for Cabela's, or that it's the buyers and the distributors. It's all business.
It's like you think, like as a kid I always wanted to go to ICAST, and I finally got to do it this year. And like going into it, I was like, it is an amazing experience, no doubt about it. But when you go into it, you think like, you get to see all these baits and what you do, but it is extremely exhausting from a business standpoint. Like I was running around filming videos constantly. I have probably 40 videos I never even posted, because it's just like you're out there filming, talking to people. Like Gene said, it's very business oriented. There's always that. The best way to talk to pros at ICAST is to bring up something not business oriented, because they've been talking business the whole weekend. But like for example, like it's just such a surreal experience, because I was going down an elevator and Flair was like up top. He was watching me go down. He's like, "Hey man, I see you go down the elevator." I'm like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Dude, Bill Dance is behind you." And I'm like, "What?" Like I froze up, and I took my camera and I do the selfie mode, and I look behind me, and like Bill Dance is just like chilling right behind me. And I'm like, "No way." But granted, like I was just like whatever, but it was still like someone you grew up seeing on TV, and he's right there behind you. But it's a pretty awesome experience. Andrew, I can't take you seriously one bit with that costume on. Like every time it comes back to you, it's just like
yeah.
Jim's out. His computer jacked up on him, so he's not going to be coming back. So.
Oh, Tackle or Jim?
Yeah, Tackle Junkie. Yeah, my two ICASTs ago was my bucket list for that ICAST was to get that selfie I got with Bill Dance. That was because I always wear my Georgia hat, and he always wears his Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bucket list deal. There it is, right there. There's my Bill Dance selfie. I'm surprised he even knew what a selfie was.
He probably didn't. He was probably like, "That's a really small TV." He's like, "Why am I on it?"
Oh man, he's a great guy though, guys. He's probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, he's so much fun. He's just.
Hey.
That was because I always wear my Georgia hat.
Hey, you gotta mute your YouTube.
Put in some headphones.
That was my bucket list deal. There it is, right there. No newbies. Let's get rid of the newbies. Bill Dance selfie.
I'll kick him.
I'm surprised he even knew what a selfie was.
Tyler, you gotta
This is why, like, that's a really small TV. He's like, why am I on it?
Oh man, he's a great guy though, guys. He's
Tyler.
Sure. Oh, he's so much.
Put in headphones.
That was
You gotta mute your YouTube.
You gotta mute your YouTube.
What?
Yo, headphones.
5 seconds and you're getting kicked, man.
4.
You get 10 seconds and you're out.
10 seconds. Get some headphones.
7.
Oh, dude.
5.
He doesn't hear us.
3.
Oh my gosh.
1.
Gone.
Wait, did he fix it?
I didn't kick him.
Did you fix it?
What?
He fixed
Yeah, I think
it.
he fixed it.
These Texas
Finally.
A&M guys, get these freshmen. Golly, you gotta get rid of them.
Well, you gotta have headphones. My ears were about to explode.
Okay, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna rag on Texas A&M right now. Why is it gig 'em? We gig frogs.
That's what it is.
You
That's
gig.
When we were in the Big 12, actually the Southwest Conference, when we played TCU, what we said was gig 'em because we were going to gig the frogs. And so it's not actually like a thumbs up. We're actually gigging the frogs. That's what it is.
All right, I got you. Makes sense.
You just got owned, Gene. You just.
I don't care. I learned something. Come on now.
No, I'm kidding.
Hey,
I learned something. So, you guys, Tyler, introduce yourself.
For y'all who don't know, my name's Tyler Anderson. I'm on the YouTube Tyler's Real Fishing. I'm kind of new to the YouTube sphere, I guess you could say, compared to John and Dean and some of those guys. But I'm glad you guys let me on here. I'm having a blast, and I go to Texas A&M University, which is in College Station, Texas, just southeast Texas, and it's a lot of fun.
What's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Tyler's Real Fishing, REEL.
I'll put the links to everybody's in the description once this is done.
Tyler is an up and coming, one of the dudes that I mean, I watch like Gene's and Flair's and One Rod's videos, but I watch a lot of like the up and coming dudes just because they're kind of doing stuff that I haven't seen before because I'm like old and been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube since like '86.
Texas A&M University, which is in College.
So yeah, I like watching, like the up and coming dudes. But Tyler's got cool stuff. You have a music video. You did a cover of Taylor Swift, which is something nobody. First of all, nobody has like the bobbers to do it. If you know what I'm saying, no one has the bobbers to do that, and also nobody has done it before. So props to that. I watched that and I was like, no way, this is gonna be funny, and I watched it.
Yeah, you did a great job on that, dude.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question.
Coming up soon, hopefully. I haven't filmed it yet, but I have some good ideas for a new music video.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. You should do Hotline Bling by Drake.
You need to.
I will give you half my AdSense check just to do that. If you do Hotline Bling by Drake. Oh my God. Please find a way to do it.
All right, so here's a question that I got a few days ago. Tell us something that people don't know about you. That you totally off the wall that people don't know about you.
I like this. I don't know if I'm allowed to answer.
I like this too.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go ahead and start. I had when I was born with like life-threatening asthma, and I struggled with asthma throughout my childhood. Like it troubled me with sports. I never had good stamina, and actually I had to take medication that weakened my bones. I ended up breaking 7 bones as a kid. Fortunately, pushing through it, I kind of grew out of it a little bit. It doesn't bother me nearly as much now. And fishing obviously is not going to bother me at all. So that was pretty sweet.
Jeez.
Crazy.
I thought it was gonna be funny.
I know. I'm sad now, dude.
Oh, dude, I set the wrong tone. My bad.
No, it's fine. That's fine. That's rough though. I'm an only child. I don't know. I don't know. Someone else go. I'd have to think.
That's not surprising, John.
What is that supposed to mean?
All right, Gene, you go.
I am a trained vocalist.
No.
Yep.
What?
When I was in the Army, I used to win a whole bunch of talent contests. And the sergeant major of the medical command in the Army would fly me from Hawaii, from Honolulu, where I was stationed, to San Antonio to sing in the dining in, as they call them. It's basically all the sergeant majors in the medical command get together and they have a big conference, and I was the entertainment for the dining. I sing country music, play the guitar, I sing all kinds of music, but I play guitar.
Dude, the comments are saying Gene versus Tyler sing off.
Oh, yeah.
I said that.
Listen, I don't know what's so funny. I want to see it.
No, we got to do something like The Voice, where they like sing, and then
Voice.
me and Michael and John, we're sitting in chairs, and we're like, turn around, and like, I choose you!
I sang at my wedding. Does that count? So,
That's pretty good. You got that on YouTube?
I don't even know about, like, stuff about me that people don't know. Like, I'm left-handed, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't have anything off the wall that, like, nobody knows. I share a lot about my life, like, through social media and stuff, so.
We've only been alive for, 18 years.
Yeah, I got a ways to go, I guess.
I'm trying to think. Let me think. I think I've said this before, but it's kind of YouTube related, even though that's not the whole point of this. But I kind of made my YouTube channel just to show like my grandparents and my family videos, and it just kind of blew up after that. So my YouTube channel is completely 100% unintentional up until this point now. Of course, now it's big. I guess the other one too is like, for them you guys don't know, I took a huge break off of. Okay, I got a good one, which is kind of medical related, but I really don't care. But I've passed 2 kidney stones, and still have, I think, 3 or 4.
What?
Inside. So my kidneys.
Lay off the Gatorade.
I don't drink pop. I drink, I drink, I have V8 and water, but
you need to eat more vegetables.
I don't eat vegetables. That's another one. I do not eat vegetables. I'll eat tomato sauce, corn, and that's it.
Dude,
So
I read in a medical article that said kidney stones are more painful than childbirth. Did you ever read that?
I've experienced it. I don't know what childbirth's like, but it was painful. So.
I see.
Did you have to take pain meds?
Yes.
Gosh, yeah. I'd take them.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Let's see. I'm 2,200 and some odd people away from 100,000 subscribers.
That's big.
Ooh, I think, don't you get the YouTube play button thing? It'll probably take 2 years to get to you, but I'm pretty sure you get one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a little like silver like metal thing, and it says like your name.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
you get one
pretty
you get
positive
like
you do.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've heard it.
That's the only reason why I'm trying to get to 100, just so I can get that
Me
little
too.
thing.
I want to put it on my wall.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Ship it to the moon and back? Jeez.
All right, how long you guys think we're going on this? How much longer?
I'm about to head out. I'm trout fishing in the morning.
Yeah, what's
I got to get up and go duck hunting. So
we could wrap it up. I have to wake up and go to school.
All right, let's go 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like 2 more.
Sounds good.
5 minutes works.
Since
Wait,
Tyler
Andrew,
just jumped on.
You even go to school? You're always fishing.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to class. I only go to class from like 8 to noon, Monday through Thursday is my schedule. So I have like every like evening off if I want to fish then, and I have a 3-day break to film and fish and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't fish as much as you could probably think I do. I mean, I only fish maybe 2-3 times a week. It's not that much.
That's a lot. Fish like once or twice.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's not like I'm out there. It's not like one rod. One rod, let's be honest. You definitely fish the most out of all of us. You're fishing every day.
I fish 3 to 4 times a week, but at least 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. So yeah, I do fish I fish whenever I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. Hey, while we got everybody on, make sure you guys follow us on all of our social media stuff, especially Periscope, man. Most of us, some of us Periscope. I'm looking at the guys that do. Tackle Junkie 81 has a Periscope. One Rod, One Reel does. It's under your real name though, isn't it, Mike?
You can find me under One Rod, One Reel Fishing.
Okay,
So that's
all
cool.
right, yeah. I can't remember how I found you. I do. It's under Fluke Master. Flair, do you have a?
Yeah, mine's just under like Fishing with Flair. I don't do it much because for some reason my phone, the volume doesn't work when I Periscope, but it'll work on like Snapchat, like videos. But because it got wet, and so I have to have headphones if I want to do a Periscope where you guys can hear me. So I don't do it as much as I want to, but I do try to do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was off topic.
I was gonna do a quick plug real quick. I just uploaded a video before this So if you're not too tired, just go ahead and watch that. I'm too tired. I'll probably fall asleep. Well, you guys, if you are, we're gonna watch it. But it's on my channel. Yeah, I mean, I have like Snapchat, fishing the MW. You can add me on Tinder, hot or not. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
No, kidding. Twitter, although I don't go on Twitter as much, and Facebook. But my big ones, I don't know about you guys, but I really like Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Biggest following and biggest interactions with people.
Yep.
And I hit back on Snapchat, so if you guys want to ask me questions, some of them don't get answered naturally, but if you guys shoot me the little thing like, hey, how's it going? I'll say, what's up?
I got to get Andrew to teach me how to do Snapchat.
Well,
I thought I taught you last time, but we'll have to.
Yeah, we're going to do a one-on-one. I need a little more.
All right.
We'll upload a video for you how to Snapchat. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Oh, man.
This was fun, though. I appreciate all you guys coming out.
Yeah, man. We're going to try to do this once a month. We may even get together and do some one-on-one deals because that's a lot of fun, too. And, I mean, because we've got to figure out some way of buying our time during the winter.
Oh, my
seriously.
God, dude. I'm going to be so...
I don't know what I'm going to do. Honestly.
I'm going to fish, but you guys...
Yeah, we'll go over to... We'll go to Tyler's. Everyone's gonna go hang out with Tyler.
Let's go to Tyler. Party on campus. Let's do it.
I don't think my wife would like that too much.
One last plug. I'm just being Gene Jensen here right now, but there is something I want to do, something I want to try to do, but on YouTube right now, Mystery Tackle Box is having this cool little trick shot contest. I don't know if you, Gene or One Rod, you saw that.
I've seen that.
But I think that's pretty cool. And you go on their Instagram page and you post like I think 15 seconds is Instagram, and you do like a trick shot. So like throw it under your car, cast it around your cat, like all that kind of cool kind of trick cast. I'm not sure what you win, so don't ask me about that. But submit that. I'm gonna do a YouTube video. I just revealed one of my YouTube video secrets, but that's what I want to do. I want to do like kind of a trick cast. So you guys can upload that to Instagram, and I think you have to tag them in it. So that's also cool. I saw someone post.
Like a lot of people are gonna get hurt. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just try not to set your little baby brother up and try to cast her on him, because then I feel like we'd get in trouble or something like that. But that's cool. But,
and I heard GoPro is having a video contest for best edited video, best unedited video that you can win some money off of or something.
Yeah, they're usually doing cool stuff like that. Yeah. I need to get a GoPro first.
I'd tried to enter one of those, but they only would take a certain amount of. They wouldn't take any of the length of any of my videos. So. But,
you should have done that 15-second one.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. This was fun, guys. I'm out. I'm tired. I'm falling asleep.
All right, guys. It's been great talking to everybody. Once again, thanks for subscribing to our channels. It's awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Tyler's channel yet, like Andrew said, he's going to leave the links in the description to all of our channels, including Tackle Junkie 81. That we're doing this for you guys. So follow us and watch our videos. That's all we want. Just watch our videos and click on the ads. Watch our videos.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, later, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you.